Love is in the air. Or is that just the scent of overpriced roses and desperation? Welcome to the one day of the year where grand gestures, sappy love notes, and ridiculously expensive chocolates take center stage. But have you ever stopped to wonder, where did Valentine's Day actually come from? And more importantly, when did it stop being about love and start being about how much money you're willing to spend? Today, we're diving deep into the origins of Valentine's Day, tracing it back to its very bizarre beginnings in ancient Rome, where things were a lot less about candlelit dinners and a lot more about animal sacrifices, fertility rites, and let's just say, questionable matchmaking techniques. But more importantly, we're going to expose the real reason Valentine's Day feels less like a celebration of love and more like a global extortion scheme. Ever wonder how we went from handwritten love letters to billion-dollar industries convincing you that if you really love someone, you'll spend half your paycheck on them? Spoiler alert. It has a lot to do with Hallmark, jewelry companies, and a marketing playbook designed to drain your wallet. By the end of this video, you might just question everything you thought you knew about February 14th. And because we like to keep things entertaining, we're also diving into the most excessive and commercialized Valentine's gifts ever given, where love isn't measured in sincerity, but in seven-figure price tags and publicity stunts. From million-dollar jewelry to absurd floral takeovers, these gifts prove that when corporations sell romance, extravagance trumps emotion. After seeing these, you might just appreciate a simple, heartfelt gesture over a $24,000 platinum phone case. Or maybe that's exactly what the industry wants you to believe. So whether you're in a relationship, single, or just here for the drama, strap in. Because this is the untold story of Valentine's Day. From ancient fertility rites to corporate cash grabs, Hallmark hustles, and the wildest gifts money shouldn't have bought. From blood rituals to love letters, the origins of Valentine's Day. Before Valentine's Day was about overpriced flowers and heart-shaped chocolates, it was about, well, a lot of things. And none of them were romantic. To truly understand the origins of this so-called Day of Love, we have to go back, way back, to ancient Rome, where things were a lot bloodier, a little weirder, and somehow still involved a lottery. Meet Lupercalia, the original festival of February 14th, except there were no candlelit dinners, just the scent of freshly sacrificed goats. Celebrated from February 13th to 15th, Lupercalia was an ancient Roman fertility festival dedicated to Faunus, the god of agriculture, and Romulus and Remus, the legendary founders of Rome. And in true Roman fashion, things got bizarre. The event kicked off with priests sacrificing goats and dogs. Yes, dogs at the Lupercal cave. Then, these same priests would take strips of the freshly skinned animal hides, dip them in blood, and run through the streets whipping women with them. But don't worry, this was actually seen as a good thing. Apparently, being smacked with a bloody goat skin increased fertility and ensured an easy childbirth. You know, the normal way to start a relationship. But the real kicker? The festival also had a matchmaking lottery. Young men would randomly draw women's names from a jar, and for the duration of the festival, sometimes longer, they were paired up. Some of these pairings even led to marriage. Others, well, let's just say ancient Rome wasn't exactly known for long-term relationship planning. So how did we go from whipping women with goat skins to writing love letters? Enter Christianity. By the 3rd century, Emperor Claudius II, who wasn't exactly a romantic guy, had a problem. He believed that single men made better soldiers, so he banned young men from getting married. But one rebellious priest, named Valentine, wasn't having it. According to legend, Valentine continued to secretly perform marriages for young couples, defying the emperor's orders. When Claudius found out, he wasn't impressed. Valentine was arrested, beaten, and ultimately executed on February 14th, around 269 AD. But here's where things get poetic. While in jail, Valentine supposedly fell in love with the jailer's daughter and sent her a letter before his execution, signing it "From your Valentine," a phrase we still use today. A romantic ending or just good branding? You decide. For centuries, February 14th remained just another date on the calendar, until medieval poet Geoffrey Chaucer came along and basically made up the idea that Valentine's Day was about romance. In his 1375th poem, Parliament of Fowls, Chaucer wrote about birds choosing their mates on Valentine's Day. And because people in the Middle Ages would believe anything a poet wrote, suddenly, February 14th became a day for love. By the 1400s, people were writing valentines. The first known one was by Charles, Duke of Orléans, who wrote a love letter to his wife while he was locked up in the Tower of London. Nothing says romance like imprisonment. By the 17th and 18th centuries, Valentine's Day had evolved into a day for poetry, handwritten notes, and small tokens of affection. But it wasn't until the 19th century that things really started to change, and not necessarily for the better.
The Valentine store has surprising ways to say that you care on Valentine's Day, and they're all right here at Hallmark.
How Valentine's Day became a billion-dollar industry. As we moved into the 19th century, Valentine's Day was a modest affair. A day for lovers to exchange handwritten notes and simple tokens of affection. But as industrialization took hold, the simplicity of these gestures began to change. Enter the era of mass production. The advent of new printing technologies made it possible to produce greeting cards on a large scale. Sensing an opportunity, entrepreneurs began to commercialize Valentine's Day, transforming it from a personal celebration into a profitable enterprise. One of the most significant players in this transformation was Hallmark. In 1913, Hallmark offered its first Valentine's Day cards and began mass producing them in 1916. This move not only capitalized on the holiday, but also played a pivotal role in embedding Valentine's Day into the commercial fabric of society. Fast forward to today, and Valentine's Day has become a behemoth of consumerism. According to the National Retail Federation, the average person celebrating Valentine's Day spent $185 in 2024. The holiday has evolved into a significant economic event, with consumers purchasing everything from jewelry to extravagant experiences. This shift hasn't been without controversy. Critics argue that the essence of Valentine's Day has been overshadowed by a relentless push for profit. The pressure to purchase expensive gifts can lead to financial strain and a sense of obligation, detracting from genuine expressions of love. The backlash against this commercialization isn't new. As early as the 1920s, there were criticisms about the growing commercial nature of the holiday. Today, many people express disdain for what they see as a manufactured occasion designed to boost sales for businesses. In Japan, the tradition of giri choko involves women giving chocolates to male colleagues out of obligation. This practice has faced criticism for perpetuating workplace pressures and commercializing interpersonal relationships. Gwyneth Paltrow's lifestyle brand, Goop, released a Valentine's Day gift guide featuring items like a $28,250 tennis necklace and an $8,000 two-person sauna, sparking debates about the commercialization of love and the promotion of excessive spending. Marks & Spencer introduced a range of cheeky Valentine's Day chocolates, including a milk chocolate banana called You're Appealing, which drew mixed reactions from consumers, with some finding it humorous and others deeming it in poor taste. In response to the commercialization, many are choosing to reclaim Valentine's Day by focusing on personal and meaningful expressions of love. From handmade gifts to shared experiences, the emphasis is shifting back to genuine connection over material offerings. Movements advocating for a return to the holiday's roots are gaining traction, encouraging individuals to celebrate love in authentic ways that aren't dictated by commercial interests. While the commercialization of Valentine's Day has made it a significant economic event, it's essential to remember that the true value of the day lies not in the money spent, but in the sincerity of the sentiments shared. When love comes with a price tag, the most over-the-top Valentine's gifts, Valentine's Day. a time for heartfelt gestures, intimate moments, and multi-million-dollar extravagance. While most of us might settle for roses and chocolates, some celebrities take affection to astronomical levels, turning love into a lavish spectacle. Take, for instance, David Beckham's 2006 gift to Victoria Beckham, an $8 million Bulgari necklace adorned with diamonds and rubies. This wasn't just jewelry, it was a statement piece that Victoria proudly showcased at the Met Gala that year. Not to be outdone, Kanye West orchestrated an unforgettable Valentine surprise for Kim Kardashian by filling their living room with individual roses and arranging a private serenade by none other than Kenny G. This grand gesture blurred the lines between personal affection and public spectacle. Rapper Offset elevated extravagance by gifting Cardi B not 1, but 6 Chanel bags, and transforming their home into a floral paradise with heart-shaped arches and rose petals adorning every corner. A display where luxury knew no bounds. In a gesture that redefined personal tokens, Machine Gun Kelly wore a pendant containing a drop of Megan Fox's blood. This unconventional gift took wearing your heart on your sleeve to a whole new, literal level. Angelina Jolie, known for her unique expressions of love, gifted Brad Pitt a 200-year-old olive tree valued at approximately $18,500. Symbolizing peace and longevity, this ancient tree found its new home in their French estate. These gifts, while undeniably extravagant, raise questions about the essence of Valentine's Day. When displays of affection come with hefty price tags, is the focus on genuine emotion or the allure of opulence? In a world where love is often measured by the magnitude of one's gestures, these celebrity examples highlight a shift from intimate expressions to grandiose displays. They prompt us to reflect. Has the commercialization of Valentine's Day led to a loss of genuine connection, replaced by a desire to outdo and impress? Love versus luxury. What really matters? So, from bloody rituals in ancient Rome to Hallmark turning love into a billion-dollar business, and from handwritten love letters to $8 million necklaces, Valentine's Day has come a long way, but not necessarily for the better. We've seen how this day of love has been hijacked by consumerism, turning grand gestures into grand price tags. But at the end of the day, the question remains, what does Valentine's Day mean to you? Is it about true love and connection, or just another excuse for companies to cash in? Are you planning something special, or are you skipping the whole thing altogether? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. How are you spending this Valentine's Day? Romantic dinner? Homemade gifts, or just a quiet night ignoring the holiday completely? And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you in the next one. Whether you're celebrating love, dodging the hype, or just here for the controversy, happy Valentine's, or not.